Welcome back to What RT Nibs for General Disturbance. This is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Steppes and it's under the command of Mike 1963-1. And just a short distance away is the Reaper, also in an M44. And the other RT on the team, well, that's an SU-8 and he's just behind them. But this is about a team killer. And the team killer is over there. It's Shlomo Israel Finkelstein. And despite his name, he's actually anti-Semitic. And he does make some anti-Semitic posts during this game. What he also does is despicable because he actually trolls all three RTs. The SU-8 has just moved into his firing position, just over here. Meanwhile, we can see that Mike is moving to his firing position. We're going to stop here and follow what happens to the SU-8 first. And you can see the Reaper in his M44. He's found his firing spot. Now there is a replay bug, as you know. This causes the teammates to disappear, but you can follow what's happening on the minimap. Now the SU-8's disappeared, but you just saw the tracer as he fired at the enemy. And if I bring the minimap up, you can see that at this moment the OI is pushing the SU-8 right to the very back of the map. In fact, they've gone up the hill some distance and he's pushing him, and I think actually other teammates have noticed this. And yes, the OI is a troll. In fact, the T-52 has just noticed this. Okay, he's pushing the SU-8 about there. He's knocked the trees down. We're following what's happened. And, well, the SU-8, he's had enough of this. And he's actually driven away. He's got away, but not for long. The OI has stopped trolling the SU-8. And he's now attacking the M44, the Reaper. Now again, we've lost sight of what's actually going on because of that replay bug. But what I can tell you is, because we're moving in on that actual position, is the OI is pushing the M44 about. I'll bring the minimap up again. You can see we're looking at the precise spot where they are. And the OI is just shoving the M44 about until eventually the M44 gets so tired of this, he fires his RT at the OI, but it explodes his own RT. And so his wreck appears. There you go. That just happened. He just fired at the OI and his wreck is about to appear. There it is. It's dead. And the T-52 is so fed up with the OI for this, he's actually fired at the OI. Here's the SU-8. He's equally fed up because they've lost one RT. And they could lose the game because of the actions of this OI. He's determined to kill all three RT. And the T-52's moved down here as well. And he's now trying to stop the OI attacking the M44, which is commanded by Mike 1963. And now he's getting involved. And the OI is trying to push the M44 over. The T-52 can't do more team damage because if he does, he would turn blue as well. But this OI is shoving Mike about. He's pushing him, trying to flip him. This is definitely troll behaviour, and it is team killing behaviour because he's already killed the other M44. And if you notice in chat, they're saying report the OI. And they say, what a bunch of scumbags. And he's trying to flip Mike over. He hasn't succeeded yet. But what's actually happened is that the battle has been going on. Mike got so fed up he's shotgunned the OI. And here comes an enemy medium, the VK3002M. And he's just been killed by the T-52. But Mike is getting so fed up with being trolled, he can't play the game. He's fired another round at the OI to try and make him go away. But Mike has been killed by a Tiger 131 at the other end of the railway tracks. And that Tiger 131 is trying to kill the OI. And he has. Well, that gets rid of the troll. But follow in chat because the abusive anti-Semitic posts continue. Other teammates are saying goodbye a-hole. Not in quite so many terms, slightly different terms. But obviously now he's gone, it's left the team 1 tank down. In fact, 2 tanks down. And this guy's saying make Arta great again. Well, he's not an Arty player, he's obviously just a troll and an idiot. If you follow chat, you can see the teams are now equal. Now we're going to stay up this end of the battle and we'll just follow what's actually going on in chat. And I think you can see what's actually being said. Just another Arty hater, can't play so blame Arty. That's by Mike. And that's perfectly correct. It's exactly correct. And the troll says, I am Balance Arta. So he's suggesting that he's trying to balance Arty. So he doesn't speak English, it's not his natural language, otherwise he wouldn't say that. And other people are saying report him, which is quite correct. And this is where he makes an anti-Semitic comment. He says, Juden, Kurua, go Holocaust. Well, they now have the advantage. It's 3 against 2. But I'm going to speed up the battle just a little so you can see what the end result of this game is. Unfortunately, it's now even. And just the Churchill 7 and the Jackson versus a VK3002M and a T52. Both tanks are coming back to this cap. And the chat is still continuing. And now he's saying gold Jew. It's obviously whoever is in the OI is being anti-Semitic. Somebody who was Jewish would never say such a thing. Well, T-52 has found the Jackson and the Churchill. And it looks like he's retreating away from them for the moment. I don't think he intended to go down and cap, but I think he wanted to find out where they were. Okay, I'll just speed up the replay again. You can see both tanks are very badly damaged, but they've still managed to put some damage on the enemy. And the chat is now settled down, so it's only referring to the T-52 and the VK3002M. Now I'm going to move over to where they're located, just over here. And we can see what happens next. This is the end game. And here comes the Churchill. He's coming up the centre. And you see the T-52 and the VK have separated, but only so far so they can get a crossfire on the Churchill. And it appears that the Churchill is headed towards the cab. Now I'll slow down the replay at this point to normal speed. We've lost sight of the Churchill. But here he is, and here comes the Jackson. Okay, there's the Churchill. And it looks like, yep, the VK has got shots on both of them from the heights. He's taken the Jackson. The T-52's doing the same. Jackson's down. The Churchill's being caught in the crossfire. He's being fired on by the VK, but there's not a lot he can do because that guy's in a hull down position. And the T-52's coming up behind the Churchill. And that's it, game over. Well done to the VK and the T-52. Now, if only they'd had Arty help during that game, it would have been great. But unfortunately, the Arty were team killed by the idiots in the OI. Now, let's have a look at the end of battle data. I'll just bring that up. And here we can see Mike 1963-1. He managed to get a win 8 of 692 on that game. And he did do some damage to the enemy before he was attacked by the OI. And we can also see the other M44. He didn't get any damage on the enemy, unfortunately. He did damage himself or kill himself accidentally when he tried to shoot the OI and ended up shooting himself in the process and doing some damage to the OI. And so he didn't do so well during that game. And the Su-8, well, he was pushed about quite a bit, but he still did do some damage on the enemy. This is the troublemaker, the OI, Shlomo Israel Finkelstein. Now, I don't think that that's a real account. I think this is a troll account created for the purposes of causing or disrupting games and attacking Arty. This sort of troublemaker is frequently seen on the battlefields, and obviously from his anti-Jewish statements, he's obviously doesn't care what he says in chat, and I doubt that English is his language anyway. But certainly, this is on the NA server, by the way, just in case you weren't aware. Yes, he did troll both Arty. He did do 10 hit points of damage to one of the Artys, but he tried to flip one and he caused the other one to kill himself by trying to defend himself against the OI's attentions. So if you see this player in any battle on the NA server, do feel free to focus all your Arty attention, especially if he's on the enemy team. Focus all your fire on him, and if he's on the same team as you and you see him, make sure you stay well away from him, because that guy is a troll. His job is, what he will try to do is he will try to disrupt your battle and cause no end of trouble. If you can, try and get help from one of your teammates to stop him from causing any trouble, and if he does persist, then obviously it's obvious that this guy really has got a serious problem. Wargaming are removing team damage from the game, but it won't stop people from like him from flipping Arty over, drowning them or throwing them off a cliff and causing team damage. So I'm afraid even so you can't, even though you won't be able to kill a troll or a team killer with a shot, you will still be able to, they will still be able to do damage to you as an Arty. So you do have to protect yourself from the attentions of people like this. But if they happen to be on the enemy team, feel free to focus all your fire on them, make their game absolutely miserable, and make them realise that the best thing for them is to leave the game alone, not to play at all. Just go away and go and do something else, something more interesting, like collecting stamps. Thanks for watching.